Hey guys, it's Divine from merch.com. I'm already making this video now, which was originally planned for this weekend, but I know I won't really be around enough to make it then, so I decided to just make it now. I posted the last progress video 11 days ago, and I've made a fair bit of progress ever since, but I still have a lot to learn when it comes to old school merchanting, which should become obvious in this video. So what did I do since the last time? I flipped a ton of toxic blowpipes, but most of them before the previous progress video. They were one of my favorite items for a long time actually, but their margins got absolutely destroyed because they pretty much dropped in value and a lot more people can flip them now. I only decided to upload them after the video as I was hoping that they would still recover, but things only got much worse, so that was that. Then after the last video I did really get into Armadale God Swords, but those died out quite fast as well, and I didn't want to flip them for under 300k each. If you're putting in 60 mil, that's ridiculous. So those became a waste of time, as you could only flip them for like 100 to 200k each, I believe. But I didn't bother with that anymore. I did try sometimes to get a bit more, but it just didn't work out. Then I did some more fangs right before those died as well, because they got pretty cheap, just like Toxic Blowpipe. Are you guys seeing a pattern here as well? It just seems like I'm burning through profitable items super fast, as a lot of merchants are getting wealthier and they're catching up and they can flip these items too, which just narrows down the margins a lot. Now I tried to do a lot of things with Armadale chest plates, chain skirts and crossbows, but I really couldn't get much out of them. I did some third age overnight, but I couldn't get more than one piece at a time, so that's just going to be quite a challenge, I think, once I start to get to the point where third age items are just about all that is worth flipping anymore. I feel like I'm kind of hitting a roof really fast on old school, since in RuneScape 3 you can easily have over 10 bill on an account without ever struggling to find good items. And here a few hundred mil seems to do the trick already, so I wonder what that's going to be like once I get there. We'll just have to see. Anyways, I did some pretty amazing tacits. I saw them rise and helped them somewhat with some instant buys. And then I tried to get some epic margins, which worked great for just a few of them, as I got like 700k and then 500. Whatever. After that I did some serpentine helms for an update investment, as it was announced that you'd be able to recolor them. I've actually got some footage of that, nothing exciting really, as I bought them after the bottom and I sold them before the peak, as I didn't think they would go that much higher, just for a bit of a silly recolor. So yeah, it was still alright profit, and I told you guys I'd include some recordings, so I have to keep my word on that. I also recorded some flipping sessions actually, but I don't want to reveal the items in those at this point since I'm burning through them so ridiculously fast. Sorry about that, maybe I'll show them in the next video, but no promises right now, because if these items manage to survive another week, I'll happily take that. And then today was Godsword fail day, I suppose. I didn't make much profit on the first rise of Bandos Godswords when they got pulled several days ago to get their spec improved, as I wasn't online when the poll was released then, but I was around today when the update timer started. It kind of surprised me because I expected the update later next week, since it was rolled out so soon after the poll and they had this whole fiasco with mod reach going on, so I just didn't think and didn't expect the update to come out today. And I actually planned to invest for it for next week at the right time, but that kind of got screwed. Regardless, I instant bought 8 BGSs as soon as I saw the update timer, and then I put them in 300k each higher, thinking that would be an okay profit after they already got hyped up before over like less energy needed for the special attack, but the special attack being the same. And yeah, that's what it was, an okay profit, but still the worst thing I've done in old school thus far, which I guess other people might be jealous of. Like, if the worst thing you do is making a profit, then whatever. But for me, it's frustrating since I like merchanting a lot. But yeah, I was reading the news post and then I saw it mentioned 21% more damage from the spec. So like, I was like staring at it thinking, what? So I quickly tried to cancel my sell offer, and right before I clicked, they all sold and I was on my limit because I bought 8. So yeah, I could just sit and watch them rise to almost 9 mil each, missing out on a potential 25 mil profit. So as you can imagine, I had a wonderful day. That could have been really beautiful, really epic for the video, but it wasn't meant to be, because if I had seen that 21% more damage before I put in my sell offer, I would not have put it in that cheap at all. Would probably have gone for like at least 2 mil profit each. So yeah, after that fiasco, AGS started crashing, as obviously people were thinking that BGS is going to be like this half-assed replacement. So I waited for those to stabilize a few mil lower, hoping for some 500k plus flipping margins. That didn't work out, but I could still get about 300k each, which is still better than the 100 to 200k they got reduced to recently. Then I came back a little while later for the old school Q&A live stream, as I wanted to know some of the stuff they talked about. And then Mod Ash said that nothing about the BGS was changed, as the 21% extra damage from the spec already existed beforehand. So the BGS tanked, and I waited for the rebound while trying to flip some Samurai God Swords, since they were discussing to buff those. Unfortunately for me, ZGS have a shitty low volume, and I could only get 2, after which they rose really fast. I put in a very high sell offer, and that worked quite well, as I actually got more profit on those than on the AGS and BGS together, which is pretty tragic, but I'll take it. I then bought BGSs at their bottom price at that time, and I had to go for a bit, which was not really ideal at that time, but I put them in for sale anyways. Didn't try to be too ambitious now either. And I came back, and 7 out of 8 had sold, so I pretty much sold at their peak then. But the last one kind of ruined my profit, as I had to sell at 600k lower. So yeah, kind of a messed up day, not happy about it at all. I do still clearly have a lot to learn, but it was interesting, I guess, better than boring flipping margins all day. So how much do I have right now? At the end of the last progress video, 11 days ago, I had 150 mil on my main account. Right now, that is 214 mil, so that's some decent progress. The second and third accounts have both gone from 12 mil each to 20 mil each, but I will only be short-term investing on those anymore, like kind of racing each other. A bit silly, but yeah, I just won't have the time to make progress videos if I keep like hardcore merchanting on them. And I decided to not use the fourth account at all for now, as I also won't be moving over the cash, as that's kind of cheating. So you may be wondering at this point, how the hell does he have 214 mil if his log only shows 87 mil profit? Well, first off, there's a lot of stuff I don't screenshot, or like I miss, or it's like only the buy and not the sell, or the other way around. So that is probably already a few dozen mil that I'm missing there. And then I also have a bunch of items I'm not posting yet, but I might for the next video, like I said. Other than my log, definitely check out some of the others. Kiln just made some awesome uploads and surpassed me, which is a good thing, or I'm going to end up at the top alone again, like on the RS3 logs. And it takes people like 2 years to catch up or something, I don't know. Anyways, that's it for this progress video. I hope to see you guys again, not this weekend, but the one after that for another video.